Today's horoscope, Pisces August 24th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The tendency to overthink is sometimes high today. You might aim to handle problems before they take over, but give yourself frequent breaks if possible. It's not easy to make the right choices or decisions without all the information you need. Still, there is good energy for home-related activities and mental enthusiasm. You can be deeply motivated to put your thoughts into order and to be effective and useful in your communications. You're inclined to approach a problem from a new angle, which can be very helpful. Do watch, however, for making erroneous statements, as you're unlikely to get away with much right now, and the tendency is to be hasty. A practical mindset and positive outlook can take over, and you can find that applying yourself to problems, even if you're not yet resolving them, can be enjoyable. As the stars are spinning today, romance or drama could be on the menu for you. This is because sweet Venus, our goddess planet of attraction and romance, is spinning across the sky from you in your solar house of partnerships. She will cross swords with a feisty Mars, the red planet of sex and passion, now spinning in your solar house of domesticity. On one hand, if you and your spouse are on good terms, you could have a dazzling date at home. However, if you aren't, expect broken plates and screams instead. How can you work on your self-confidence? It might be challenging to ask for what you need in your job. You may have been shut down in previous situations. Former employers could have denied you time off requests, change of responsibilities, and even promotions. Although it was disheartening, do not let it deter you from trying again when Mercury retrograde in Leo trines Chiron retrograde in Aries. If there is something that you want, ask for it. The worst an employer can say is no, so give it your best shot. A harmonious environment is essential to your well-being. Taking care of this need means balancing your everyday life. And it can be such a pleasant undertaking. Home is the place where you retire and relax to recuperate from everyday stresses. So try to have the colors around you that appeal to you, the scents you enjoy, and the music you love, and your home will become the place of perfect bliss from which you venture into the world to be ready to face life's challenges. Here are some wonderful vibrations. Professionally, you won't have any chance of realizing anything today, but rather your mind will wander a little to advance things further tomorrow. In your sentimental life, the news is good, very good even. Love is around the corner as are harmony and sharing. Don't let them down. Some advice: don't count on your seduction alone. On the same day that Venus, the planet of love, enters its final 7 days in your relationship sector after having clashed with the moon over the last few days, the sun returns. This marks the annual period when attention naturally shifts to your relationships. Thanks to insights gained from both Venus and the moon, you will have a clearer understanding of what you desire from your relationships and what they require from you right from the start. While this event sees the sun leaving your work sector, the moon remains in your income sector to collaborate with planets on both fronts that will continue working together. It is just as Venus, the planet of love, moves into her final 7 days in your relationship sector that the sun returns. This is something that at this time each year will always turn the solar onto your relationships, but rarely with this kind of a head start. From the start, you will have a sense of what you want from your relationships, while the support that is already there from the communication gods is set to increase over the coming days. Daily Planetary Overview. Why beat a dead horse, right? Sometimes, revisiting old wounds can feel like a necessary step, but today, the universe is encouraging you to take a different path. With Mercury retrograde in Leo trining Chiron retrograde in Aries, there's a gentle nudge to resist the urge to go back in time. While the temptation to reopen old issues might be strong, you might find that there's little to gain from it. Instead, why not shift your focus towards the future? There's so much good on the horizon, and by looking forward instead of backward, you open yourself up to receiving the positivity that's coming your way. Have you ever noticed that when you dwell too much on past hurts, it can prevent you from moving forward? It's like carrying a heavy backpack filled with things you no longer need. Today, you have the opportunity to lighten that load. By letting go of the past, you make room for new opportunities, experiences, and connections that are more aligned with who you are now. This isn't about forgetting what's happened, but rather, choosing to focus on the good that's ahead. Now, today's energy also brings a sense of clarity, especially in your emotional world. You might feel particularly sensitive and more in tune with your desires. Use this clarity to bring a little more rationality to your relationships. It's a great time to strengthen the connections that matter most to you. Have you been feeling the pull to nurture certain friendships or partnerships? This is your moment to invest in those bonds. At the same time, it might also be the right time to gently let go of relationships that no longer serve you. Doing so with sensitivity and understanding is the best approach for everyone involved. Have you ever had to part ways with someone, not out of anger, but because you both had grown in different directions? Those moments can be bittersweet, but they also pave the way for growth and new connections. On the other hand, with all this emotional clarity, you might feel a strong desire to go after what you want, no matter what. And while that determination is admirable, it's important to keep things in balance. Be mindful of your actions, and try to avoid getting swept up in impulses that could lead to awkward or disagreeable situations. It's easy to stray from a sensible path into more destructive ways, whether that's indulging in excessive behavior with food, shopping, or even in your love life. We've all been there, right? Those moments when we think, why not, only to realize later that we might have gone a little overboard. If you find that things have come to a halt or aren't progressing the way you'd planned, don't get discouraged. Sometimes, the universe throws a curveball, and while you might not have bargained for a change of course, it doesn't mean all is lost. Instead of wasting all your energy trying to push through an obstacle, consider taking a detour. It might take a bit longer to reach your goal, but that detour could offer valuable experiences you wouldn't have encountered otherwise. Have you ever found yourself on an unexpected path that ended up being better than what you'd originally planned? Life has a funny way of working out like that sometimes. And if finances are on your mind, today's energy is perfect for settling outstanding financial matters. Whether you're tackling debts, budgeting, or considering larger purchases, your instincts are sharp right now. You're in a good place to make sensible investments, and the advice you receive is likely to be more conclusive than usual. Maybe you're thinking about making a big purchase, a car, a home, or something else significant. Trust yourself and the process. You've got this. I'd love to hear from you. How are you navigating this moment of letting go and moving forward? Have you recently made decisions to strengthen certain relationships or part ways with others? And what about your financial goals? Are you feeling that clarity to make smart choices for your future? Let's share our experiences and support each other as we embrace the good that's ahead. Together, we can move forward with grace, confidence, and a clear vision for what's next.